This video we're going to introduce the dot product. The definition for the product of two vectors is somewhat unexpected. However, such a product has meaning in many geometric and physical applications. So, definition. If V equals A1I plus B1J and W equals A2I plus B2J are two vectors, the dot product V dot W is defined. How is it defined? It's defined as V dot W equals A1 times A2 plus B1 times B2. So we multiply the coefficients, those scalars, for the I components and then the scalars for the J components, and then sum them. So let's do some examples. Right, so let's say I have V equals 2I minus 3J and W equals 5I plus 3J. So V dot W equals 2 times 5 plus negative 3 times 3, which equals 10 minus 9, which equals 1. Okay. Next one I want to do W times W dot V. So that's going to be 5 times 2 plus 3 times negative 3, which equals 10 minus 9, which is still 1. Now I want to do V dot V. So that's V multiplied by itself. So that's 2 times 2 plus negative 3 times negative 3. So that's 4 plus 9 equals 13. Okay. I want to do W dot W. So that's 5 times 5 plus 3 times 3, which is 25 plus 9, which equals 34. I want to calculate the magnitude of V. So that's the square root of 2 squared plus negative 3 squared, which equals the square root of 4 plus 9, which is the square root of 13. Now what I want you to notice is this 13 here and that 13 there. Okay, so there's some similarities going on there, huh? Okay. So what is a connection you might notice? If I take the magnitude and I square it, it's actually equal to V dot V. Okay, so that's one connection you might find there. Okay. Also, this is obvious, but the 0 vector times V is equal to the 0 vector. Okay. If I multiply these two and these two, well, what do I get? I got the same thing for both of them. So what does that tell me? That tells me that V dot W is equal to W dot V. Okay, not from that particular example, but it does prove to be true. And then distributed property, U dot V plus W is equal to U dot V plus U dot W. Okay, so it also distributes through. All right, so what I want to do is find the angle between two vectors. So say I have a vector U and some vector V here. There ought to be some way that I can use trigonometry to find that angle theta. Okay, so the angle between two vectors. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so if I formed a triangle here, so if I had some u and I had some other v, and then to get back over this way, so this would be u minus v, right? So that's a triangle. Now, I know that this angle is theta here, right? So I'm going to use law of cosines. So the magnitude, that's how long uv is, squared, equals the magnitude of u squared plus the magnitude of v squared minus 2 magnitude of u, magnitude of v, cosine of theta. So that's a law of cosines. That's what I'm using right here. All right, now I'm going to rewrite this. I know that the magnitude squared is equal to the dot product. So it's u minus v dot u minus v, which equals u dot u plus v dot v minus 2 magnitude of u, magnitude of v, cosine theta. Okay. Now this side, if I multiply this side out, I get u dot u, and then minus 2 u dot v, and then plus v dot v. Okay. Equals u dot u plus v dot v minus 2 magnitude of u, magnitude of v, cosine theta. Now these cancel. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2 magnitude u, magnitude v. And so what do I get? I get the cosine of theta is equal to u dot v over magnitude of u, magnitude of v. Okay? So, if u and v are two non-zero vectors, then angle theta, where theta is between 0 and pi, this is between u and v. Okay, so say you got something like this, your u and your v, that's that angle theta. So this is my formula to get theta. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do an example on finding that angle. Okay, so I want to find the angle theta between u equals 4i minus 3j and v equals 2i plus 5j. Okay, so to do this, who are the players? Well, I need to know what this is. I need to know what this is, right? And I also need to know what the dot product of uv is. So let's start with the dot product. So u dot v, this is equal to 4 times 2 plus negative 3 times 5, which equals 8 plus a negative 15, which equals negative 7. Okay. Now the magnitude of u is equal to the square root of 4 squared plus negative 3 squared, which equals square root of 25, which equals 5. And the magnitude of v equals square root of 2 squared and then plus 5 squared. So that's is 25 and 4 is 29. So that one doesn't work too, right? So what do I get? I have the cosine of theta equals u dot v over magnitude u magnitude v. So this is equal to negative 7 over 5 square root 29. So I need to get theta, I do the cosine inverse of negative 7 over 5 square root 29. If I type that in my calculator, I get 105 in degrees. So that's 105 degrees. So make sure you're in degrees mode to get that angle. Okay?